Have you ever wondered what happens when two of the world's most powerful leaders pick up the phone for a quiet, high-stakes conversation? Earlier today, U.S. President Donald Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping engaged in a 1.5-hour phone call, an exchange already being described as one of the most impactful economic discussions in recent memory. No fanfare, no podium speeches, just two leaders on the line, navigating the future of global trade. And the topic? Rare earth elements. These often overlooked resources are essential to the modern world. From smartphones and electric vehicles to satellite systems and advanced defense technologies, these 17 critical minerals power the tools that shape our daily lives. They may sound obscure, but without them, progress would slow and industries would stall. The United States and China have long been strategic competitors in the rare earth sector. For years, China has maintained a dominant position, refining over 85% of the world's rare earth materials. The U.S., once a global leader in production, gradually became reliant on imported supplies, a shift that sparked concern among policymakers, defense analysts, and technology firms. But today's call may have changed that dynamic. Sources close to both administrations confirmed this was no routine conversation. President Trump called it very good, while emphasizing a positive conclusion for both countries. On the other side, Chinese President Xi Jinping described the discussion as strategically important and cooperative in spirit. Reports suggest the two leaders agreed on a comprehensive framework aimed at easing trade restrictions and stabilizing global supply chains. Among the key provisions, enhanced transparency in exports, coordinated emergency reserves, and a proposed multinational task force to oversee rare earth pricing and distribution. And there was more. In a surprise diplomatic gesture, President Xi extended a personal invitation for President Trump and the First Lady to visit China. Trump reciprocated, welcoming Xi to the United States. It's a symbolic step, but a meaningful one, pointing to a thaw in what has often been a frosty relationship between the two superpowers. Importantly, officials confirmed the conversation focused entirely on trade. Sensitive geopolitical topics, such as Russia, Ukraine, or Iran, were deliberately set aside. This was a call about business, partnership, and shared economic interests. To appreciate how significant this is, we need to rewind a bit. Rare earths have long been a quiet flashpoint in global affairs. In 2010, when relations soured with Japan, China temporarily restricted exports of these minerals, sending prices soaring and sparking a global scramble for alternatives. Since then, securing a stable rare earth supply has become a top priority for many nations, including the United States. The consequences of a disrupted supply chain are wide-ranging. From slowing EV production to delaying next-generation semiconductors, the ripple effects are enormous. That's why today's agreement could be a turning point, not just for trade, but for technological innovation worldwide. For the private sector, this deal signals opportunity. More predictable pricing and a dependable supply chain mean that companies can invest, plan, and expand without fear of sudden shortages. From green energy to AI, from aerospace to healthcare, the benefits could be far-reaching. For consumers, it might mean more affordable smartphones, faster deployment of 5G, and even breakthroughs in electric transportation. But perhaps the most profound impact is diplomatic. Two global powers, so often seen in conflict, found a way to cooperate. In a time marked by division and global uncertainty, this was a moment of unity. A conversation about mutual benefit, not mutual blame. It shows that even among rivals, dialogue is possible, and often, necessary. Following the call, President Trump announced that a senior U.S. delegation will soon meet with Chinese trade officials to finalize and formalize the terms. Representing the United States will be Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, and Trade Representative Jamieson Greer. China will be represented by senior officials from its Ministry of Commerce and Ministry of Industry and Information Technology. The exact location of the meeting is still under discussion, but expectations are high that it will happen within weeks. The world is watching, because this isn't just about minerals. It's about momentum. It's about building a new framework for cooperation, one that could extend to areas like climate change, artificial intelligence, digital currency, and beyond. This call reminded us that progress doesn't always come through dramatic headlines or breaking news. Sometimes, it begins with a quiet conversation, with mutual respect, with a handshake, real or virtual. As the global community assesses what this deal will mean in the months ahead, one thing is certain: the rare earth conversation has moved from the margins to the mainstream. And it's just the beginning. Please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay informed on the world's biggest stories shaping your future.